Hi, this is me. As you can see, I have a tier 1 hull, tier 1 turret, and tier 1 gun. This is who I'm fighting. He's not tier 1. Can I beat him? Well, you'll just have to wait and see. To be fair, I will not be actually tier 1. I will upgrade my radio and my top speed. Because to be honest, if I have any chance of doing this, I need to be going 90 kilometers per hour. For those of you wondering whether to choose long range radio or quick reload radio, it doesn't matter. Just pick whichever one you like. I personally like the long range a little bit more, but if you're going very fast, you're gonna pretty much run out of that range, so you probably want the fast reloading one for faster tanks. Now for this, it's always a choice between top speed or more horsepower. If you're going to use the Bat Chat hull, I recommend horsepower. You accelerate quicker, and if you choose top speed, your engine power is too weak for the Bat Chat hull, and you will ultimately be slower. Now, normally I don't YOLO the first person I see, but I have 2 airstrikes, so I think I can get away with this. There you go. That was very nice. He's stunned and he fixed it, however, he's on half health. So, while we wait for things to get interesting, Steel Hunter Reborn. Is it good? Well, the things that they changed are not as bad as I thought they would be. For example, the respawns and the bots. So the respawns are only for the first 5 minutes, so it really doesn't affect the mid to late game at all. However, if you get unlucky with the early game, you get a second chance. So overall, I don't actually find it annoying. Second one, the bots. You will not see a single bot this entire replay. They're very uncommon, so I don't think it's that big of a deal. However, they did do something good to Steel Hunter. They made the standard rounds AP instead of heat, which is fantastic because every tank is covered in bullshit space armor, and really, bouncing tanks just comes down to RNG, whether or not your shell hits the space. This is Steel Hunter. We're not aiming for weak spots, okay? Additionally, they nerfed every single heavy tank. Well, actually, they nerfed every tank, but heavies got hit the hardest. They went from like 3000 HP to 2000 HP, which is also a good change. They already had strong armor, they already had extra healing. Why did they need the extra health? They really were unkillable. Now, it's far more balanced. So if you're wondering what I'm doing, by the way, I'm just running around in circles because I want somebody else to fight this guy. I don't want to fight this guy and use up my stuff. And here we go. Here's that somebody else. So, I'm gonna let them fight each other. When they're low health, I will come in and pick them both off. This is called third partying, and although it's annoying when it happens to you, as long as you use your radio, it shouldn't happen to you. Now, of course, because I'm a light tank, these 2 fucking retards are YOLOing me. So, I gotta abort mission. Damn. 460 bounce. So, had that not bounced, the game would have ended right here. So, that's a bit lucky, but that's fine. Now, of course, I'm not running. I want to pick up these things and get as much airstrikes and balls as I can, because those are useful. So, now that my ball and these 2 jackasses are distracted, I can quite happily come and pick up the drop. The combat is pretty much finished, so I will discuss Steel Hunter Reborn. So for some reason, although I like the fact that heavies were nerfed, their health was nerfed, for some reason, the medium tanks can have more health than the heavies. For example, the Hurricane, or Hungarian as I like to call it, can usually get around 2,300 health, whereas the heavies are usually around 2,000, which doesn't really make sense to me, but I guess it's still balanced since they get an extra heal. So here's an interesting part. I see on the map 2 people fighting. This is perfect. Another third-party opportunity. I will focus the higher health and switch between them until they're both one-shots, and then I can clean them both up. Drop my ball, hopefully splash them both. And that's exactly what happens. This guy's a one-shot, and now he's dead. So I get 2 free drops now, but I don't because this guy's here. And I'm tier 1, of course, so I can't really fight him. That's very unfortunate. That would have been very useful to pick up all their stuff. Not to upgrade, but to get more airstrikes and balls. One terrible, horrific change they made, which I think is the worst thing they did to Steel Hunter Reborn, is they made it so that the spotting is no longer a cone directly in front of you, but a 360 circle. This is pretty sad because you can no longer sneak up on people. If people aren't paying attention to their minimap and using their radar, you could have snuck up behind them and got the ambush, but that doesn't really happen anymore. Now, one bonus for not having an autoloader and having the stock gun is that I have a very fast reload, which means I can permanently keep this guy from picking up the drop. And this guy's probably confused, like, what the hell, what is this reload? Oh, he's tier 1. Now, I use my airstrike here, and it's a bit of a misplay. I really don't think I needed it, but, well, there's a drop there. I'm gonna get it back anyway. All in all, has Steel Hunter improved? I think yes, because although everything was nerfed and heavies were nerfed the most, the mediums actually got their armor reduced. Except for the fucking Raven, they actually buffed it. Fuck you, Wargaming. Anyway, this means that the Harlequin, this tank, with the auto-loading HE gun, is actually usable. It kinda was before, but it was a huge pain in the ass. But now, you can pen things frontally with the higher pen HE rounds. Now, of course, there's still the classic old problem for the past 4 years or so, or 3 years I guess. Everything is covered in bullshit spaced armor, so your HE will end up splashing for about 100 just by auto-aiming. And, you know, there's a lot of auto-aiming in Steel Hunter, alright? There's no way around it. So I really want to avoid all conflict because there's 4 people here, and if they see a little old light tank with 1,000 health, you can bet your ass they're gonna focus me out. So I'm just gonna let the big dumb idiots beat the shit out of each other, and I'll come in to finish them off. For your information, this is the same Varag that I was harassing earlier, right at the beginning of the battle. So, from this point on, not much happens. Basically, everything is too high level for me to fight. So, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna go around and pick up every single drop I can find, or most of them. The idea is to pick up and get as many airstrikes and balls as I can, because my gun at this point is useless. So, should you play Steel Hunter? Well, sure, there is a certain fun to trying out every single tank and every single upgrade and seeing which one is the funnest. For me, the Hungarian with the heavy hull, I believe it's called the HP hull, and the rotation speed turret with the very big and very fast firing autoloader gun is quite fun. Alternatively, the Harlequin with either the anti-tank machine gun or the HE gun is also quite fun. Additionally, the Bai Lang with the very short HE gun that does 600 alpha which you should fire AP by the way. It has 40 millimeters of pen on the HE, which is just completely fucking useless, thanks Wargaming. Other than that, the rest of the tanks are kinda lame. The Raven is of course bullshit because it gets its trap still, which is just, you know, easy mode. And heavies are slow and boring. Although I will say the Varag can be fun because watching some poor bastard light try to flank you only to eat like 50 servings of shit through your landmines is quite funny, to be honest. However, I still think landmines are just a little bit bullshitty. So, for the ending, I don't want to spoil anything, but basically I can't pen the Varag anywhere and the Harlequin can one-clip me. So, how will I win this? Well, you will see. And now I will shut up. Well, there you go. I was actually able to win this. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe now. Subscribe now. Click it now.